Hey villagers, thank you so much for tuning into today's video. We're going to be talking about the top questions that you should be asking yourself and your partner before you decide to have a baby.
Welcome to a mom's life unscripted, family fun and laughs. Come witness. Yeah. April's life has changed so much. See what it's like with a new mom touch. It's okay if you don't have a clue. Join the club, cause it's new to us too. Okay. Yeah. It's a mom's life unscripted. Hey.
I wanted to do this topic because one, I actually did a blog post on it, which is on my blog. If you didn't know, I have a blog that's called momslifeunscripted.com. And pretty much what I've been doing is documenting my entire post-pregnancy journey of being a mom. So if you're interested in this blog post that I'm referencing for this video, along with others, you should definitely check out my website. I will list all the details in the description box below, but I wanted to do a video version of this topic because it's very important, especially when you're planning a family, to ask yourself these questions so that you don't feel regret or resentment after you give birth to your bundle of joy. So let's get started. All right, so the first question you want to ask yourself is, can you afford to have a child? Believe it or not, children are very, very expensive. A recent study showed that the minimum cost you're going to pay to raise a baby is $150,000, and that's just for one child. So we know that a lot of people don't even make $150,000 a year. So how can you possibly raise a child for $150,000? I think my husband and I alone have spent about $25,000 and he's not even 5 months old. So these are questions you have to ask yourself is, can you afford it? Are you willing to make changes financially to be able to afford your child? Sometimes when you're having a baby, your current salary is not going to be able to sustain the lifestyle for you and your child. So you're going to have to get another job. Is that something that you're willing to do? If these are things that you haven't considered, there are definitely questions that you and your partner should be talking about before you decide to have a baby. The second question you and your partner need to discuss is your parenting style. Do you and your parenting style contradict what your partner parenting style is? For example, one person might be very, very strict. The other person might be very, very lax. One person might believe in physical spanking of a baby, and another parent might believe in the timeout method. If you two can't compromise on a parenting style, it's going to hurt the child in the long run. One thing that children thrive off of is consistency. So if you're not able to be consistent with how you're going to parent, it will have negative ramifications on your child as they become older. So that is something else that you two need to discuss with your partner to make sure that you two are going to be aligned when it comes to discipline. Because one thing you don't want is for the child to be like, well, I can get away with that with dad, but I can't get away with that with mom. You have to be consistent when it comes to parenting so that there's no conflict and all is well in your household. Are you and your partner enthusiastic about having a baby? I think this is something that people kind of take for granted. Just because you want to have a baby doesn't mean your partner wants to have a baby. If only one person is interested in having a baby, it's going to create chaos and confusion with the entire family structure. You both have to want to have children because it will show the amount of effort that you both are going to put into the child. Baby changes relationships. So if you two aren't on the same page regarding even wanting to have a baby, then having a baby is not going to enhance your relationship. It's going to hurt your relationship. Okay, so let's say even timeline with having children. One person might want to have a baby in the next year to 2 years. Another person wants to wait 3 to 5 years. that's a conversation that you two need to have, because again, if you both aren't enthusiastic and excited and eager to have a baby, having one is not going to change the other person's opinion, okay? So make sure you're asking these questions well before you decide to have a baby. And look, I'm a realist. Sometimes babies are accidental. They're not planned. Even then, make sure that you and your partner, should you become pregnant, discuss all these things regarding parenting, financials, as well as if they're even interested in having a baby, so that you know what you need to do to properly plan for the child's future. That is so important. Are you ready to share your world with your baby? And that's something too that I think people kind of take for granted. When you have a baby, you're now introducing the baby into your lifestyle. So if you like going to the clubs and you like doing immense amount of traveling, maybe having a baby isn't going to work in your lifestyle unless you can find a way to incorporate the baby into your lifestyle. That's going to be so important, finding ways to incorporate the baby into your lifestyle. If you're not really ready to share your entire world, share your food, share your water, share your oxygen, share everything with your child, then you might want to wait before having a baby. And this also goes back to the other topic that I brought up regarding, are you both very enthusiastic about it? When you have a baby, it automatically and immediately disrupts your current function in life. So you have to make sure that whatever you're doing, you have to be willing to sacrifice and share for the baby. If you're not quite there yet in your life, that's okay, sis. No one's saying you have to be, but make sure that you're having these conversations early on in your relationship when you think that the possibility of having a child might present itself, so that you're not struggling trying to figure out how you're going to make this work, how you're going to include the baby into your life, and how it's going to all work out. Because when you have a baby, everything gets divided between you, your spouse, and your child, and it's a whole nother beast and animal that you have to deal with. I have 3 other tips and conversations and questions that you should be asking your spouse, but they're on the blog. So to see the other 3 topics that I listed about questions that you should be asking your partner, make sure you visit my blog post on my blog, which is amomslifeunscripted.com. I will leave the link in the description box below to the actual article, as well to my official blog post. And that's it for today's video. Thank you so much for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. Make sure you hit that subscribe button so that you can become a part of the village. And if you are a villager, thank you so much for your continued support of this channel. I greatly appreciate it. Make sure you click the like, share, comment button, and I will see you next time for another great topic on this channel. Thank you so much for tuning in, and until next time, peace out.